What's up, folks? Welcome back to the channel. It's Fozza here. Today it's Thursday, which means we have another squad building video for you. Today we're going for a little bit higher up the budget. We're looking at 850,000 coin squad. So basically going for a Premier League hybrid. What we're going to be doing every single week of Team of the Week now, Team of the Season moving forward, is we're going to be using like whatever the main team of the season is out. We're going to be doing a squad builder that has at least one player from that team of the season. In this case, we've upped the budget a little bit. Premier League's always a bit more expensive, so we've had to up the budget to get a few other team of the seasons, and we've got 5 in total. One's actually from the community team of the season, but 5 Premier League players, 4 from the Premier League team of the season. Then we've built a nice little hybrid on the side of that, which then, essentially though, it's very similar to last week's video, where like one side is like the Prem team, and then the other side you can do whatever you want really, because it is a hybrid, so you can sort of link whatever you want on the left hand side. So it gives a little bit of flexibility, but I'll work through the right hand side of the team first, because that's the Premier League side of things and that's the core, and then we can discuss your other options on the left. So if you do enjoy the video, please do leave a thumbs up on it. It'd be greatly appreciated. It helps me out, it helps the algorithm, all that good stuff. Please hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. We're like well over 900 subs now. We're making the push really strong to 1,000. All support towards that is greatly appreciated. So as I say, it's 850 coins on Xbox, it's 900 on PlayStation for the goalkeeper, and this will sort of tell the tide of where we're going to go with this. We're going to be spending, I think it's 25,000 coins. It's 26,750 coins, and we're going to pick up Ederson. There were a couple options here with how the hybrid works, but I went for Ederson purely for the fact that his stats are really high. He has rushes out of goal and comes across, which I think are 2 key sort of traits to have this year. He's really only missing the saves with feet, but his like base composure and reactions are really high, which is important for a goalkeeper, and that's what we want here. So on the centre back side of things, the hybrid, we're linking to Ederson. It's kind of an obvious decision. We're going to go and spend 220,000 coins and pick up team of the season, Ruben Diaz. So I've had a few games with this card now. I packed him from my guaranteed pack, I think it was last night. 6 games on him. I think he's a good centre back in the game. There are people who will edge over him because of the pace. Like people want closer to that 90 pace now, but his defending is maxed out. His physicals are nuts. 99 reactions and 95 composure are huge, and he's got good passing, like that short pass, long pass. I feel, I'm using him in a back 4 at the minute. I think him as your central centre back in a back 3, like a 3 centre back system, would be unreal. But he's going in here. I think he's fantastic. For the right back situation, if you've opened up these packs and you have, say, like Alexander-Arnold, I would use him instead. If you're ever in the team, put him in. In our case, we're going to spend 57,000 coins and go for Livramento. He's like, in regards to like Premier League right backs, he's one of the best options you have at the minute. The skill moves aren't necessarily there with 2, but he's got a 4-star weak foot, which I think is more vital in the fullback position, I'll be honest. His pace is almost maxed out, which is great to start with. A little boost on that's fine. Passing for a fullback is good, really good crossing actually if you're playing him like that. Really high agility and balance with great composure, and the rest of the dribblings all around it. His physicals are fantastic. It's his defensive awareness that is a little bit low, so I think you'd lob an anchor in this guy and just have fun with it. Maybe a sentinel if you want plus 10 defensive awareness, but for 57,000 coins, I think he's a really strong pickup to get into the team. For our centre mid here, we're going to be getting a perfect link with Bernardo Silva. If I can find him here, I have him as a red. There we go. Bernardo Silva. On the market right now, this guy is, if I can find it, where's Bernardo Silva? 146,000 coins. He's been immense for me. 9 games, 8 goals scored, 2 assists. He's been playing as like a left mid and a left attacking midfielder for me, depending on the formation. Gets the boost to 4-star on this team of the season card. Left footed, but he's been banging them in with his right foot. He's got the traits. He's got the flare, the outside foot shot trait, which is really nice. But he also has a 95 curve. So even though he doesn't have finesse shot trait, I found his finesses to be insane. I put the Hunter on him because the stamina is already maxed out. He's got good aggression and strength for an attacking midfielder. And I wanted the pace and the shooting max. Passing's great already. He's a fantastic card. With the market being cheaper this year, it's great that players like this are like under 150k. Because I think he's very, very good. You can use him as like a... You can almost get away with him as a secondary defensive midfielder if you throw a shadow on him, depending on what the rest of the team set up like. I like using him as an attacking like centre mid, or in the attacking third, like in a 4-2-3-1 as a left attacking midfielder. He's a great card. On the right mid side of things, this is the only player that's an SBC or an objective in the squad. I don't have him in the team just yet, and I don't think I'm going to have time to go and get him. But I want you to go and complete Saka for this team. I think his team of the season card just has so much versatility to it that, like, if you have a Prem team and he's fitting, you should get him. Boosted from 3-star, 3-star to 4-star, 4-star. He is left-footed, obviously on the right-hand side, so that's sort of like cutting in and finessing it. Or maybe you can play him, you can swap him and play him on the other side of the pitch. But 4-star, 4-star, high, medium, 5'10", sort of all quite ideal. Case, you know, really close to being maxed out, so that's a great starting point. Attack positioning is nuts, but I think the rest of the shooting you maybe want to boost a little bit. His passing, though, with 93 vision, 93 crossing, and 92 short pass, great. Long pass lets him down a little bit. Dribbling for me is well rounded, with the composure being a bit of a question mark. I'll be honest, at this point, you kind of want it as close to 90 as possible, but that's the only that down in this card. Obviously, his defending's great. The thing here is you can use him as a wide man, like a right mid or a left mid in the attack, even as like a winger. You can use him at like a wing back position. If you've got 3 at the back or 5 at the back, you can use him as your wing back. You can also move him into the middle of the pitch and use him as like a box-to-box player. There's a lot you can do with this card. I think, honestly, if you put a Maestro on him to boost up some of the other shooting stats, and then get like his long pass up and then his reactions up from that, you're looking like a really good spot. So I'd go complete him for this team. And then the final Premier League piece of the puzzle, we go and spend 160,000 coins. I don't know if I have him as a striker or a centre forward. I have him as a striker. Diogo Jota. This card has impressed me a lot so far. 9 games, 8 goals, 3 assists. Again, he's playing as a mix of like a cam. He's now playing as a right attacking mid for me. He's rapid, his finishing's fantastic, and the only gripe I have is high work rates. But again, very similar to Bernardo Silva, like 150k, 160k for this guy is insane. 4-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot. The pace is great. We've boosted that with the Hawk. Wanted to get the long shots up with it. His passing is good, not great. Dribbling is absolutely fantastic. He feels great in the ball. Again, his defending stats are good, like really good for an attacker. And believe it or not, having high defending on your attackers can make a huge difference for winning the ball back and getting different opportunities. So I highly recommend it where you can. Him and Bernardo Silva are great for winning the ball back for me. This guy's nuts, and this completes the Premier League side of this hybrid. And essentially, this is my point. It's like, you can take this squad right now, and then everywhere else you have in the club, you can sort of just build your left-hand side together. Maybe someone will be on 8 cam, but like, it's a really good, strong position to be in. I think it's a really strong position to be in. And over in the left-hand side, I'm going to lean into my Serie A bias a little bit, which we've not done too much. We're going to fill this squad out with the Serie A. There's going to be 3 Roman players because I'm going all the way on my bias, but I think some people are being slept on a little bit, and that's kind of why I wanted to highlight them. So I'm going to look at the centre-backs first, a centre-back and build out from the back line. First of all, we're going for Smalling. 33,500 coins. One question mark that exists straight away in the squad is like Smalling and Diaz both aren't rapid centre backs, but they're both absolute brick walls. So depending on how you set up the rest of the team, it won't be too much of an issue. I think Smalling's at the point now with the pace split. If you're complaining about this pace split, but you're enjoying Van Dijk, it's not too dissimilar. So, and 33,000 coins for this guy's nuts. He's 6'4", medium high, right footer, which is like the perfect work rates for a centre back for me. You do want to put a shadow on him to max out the defending and get the acceleration up to 80. I think at this point he's fine. I have been using him as well myself. Passing, 74 vision, 86 short pass, long pass is good for a centre back. Like, that's team of the season level passing for centre back. I'll be honest. Like, we might see some tick into like the 85s, like Diaz is 83. The passing's good. The dribbling again, 96 reactions, 95 composure. Again, this is like team of the season level dribbling for a centre back. Obviously, he has a chance to go to 92 as well if Roma win the final. Fingers crossed for that. The defending, outside of defensive awareness, everything else is over 90. He's an absolute brick wall, as we've been saying. And then he has fire header tree. I score from corners from him. But 33,000 coins for him is dirt cheap. And then what we're going to do, I'm going to show you the centre mid first, because we can get a perfect link here. And it's amazing. Maitland-Niles could also go to a 91 if they win the final. 4-star skills, 3-star weak foot. His long shots have been rather nuts for me, I'll be honest, but he's 70k on the market. He's a bit more, people are loving him as like their main defensive midfielder. 99 stam's great. Outside of head and accuracy, the defending is very good. I have an engine on it, but you would probably put an anchor on this to get the physicals up and the defending. Again, dribbling everything over 90, but the balance, his vision and crossing, short pass are all great. Long pass is good. He can't finish. As I say, I've been hitting some long shots with him with good shot power. He's a very good card for the price. He gets a perfect link into Smalling. So they're going to be in full cam basically regardless of what we do here. We can put soft links around them. Both have the chance of getting upgraded, so don't sleep in these cards. Smalling's one I know you guys will have question marks about because of the pace split. But Maitland-Niles, please do not sleep on this card. He's an absolute beast. The left back situation, there's kind of two options you can go with here. I'm going with Spinazzola because I have him in the club. You can see Hernandez there. His 87 rated in form is a similar price to Spinazzola. It's actually a little bit cheaper. So depending on what you prefer between Spinazzola and Hernandez, take your pick there. I'm going with Spinazzola because I prefer having the 4-star, 5-star. He's 50k. I think I've got a bag full of games on this guy. Yeah, 230 games. I like the 5-star, 4-star. I like the fact that he's got good stamina. His interception and defensive awareness are better than Theo Hernandez as well. He's just a bit weaker, so that's kind of what you have to weigh up. Also, he's 4-star weak foot and right foot on the left-hand side. Theo Hernandez is 3-star, 3-star with a foot on the left side. So, depending on what you prefer there, take your pick. We still get full chemistry in the end. And then I'm going to have to use concepts of the last two because I don't happen to have them in the club. But I think these are really good options. We're hitting the stage now where the market's crashing. So I think next week's video, with it's Bundesliga team of the season, we'll get an insanely cheap team. But we're using Insigne this time around. His foot captain's card is now down to 45,000 coins, which is just kind of insane, I'll be honest. High medium, right footed, 4-star, 4-star. Traits wise, he has everything you want. He's got finesse, outside of the foot, flair, amazing. The strength and aggression still lets him down, but he's so small and the dribbling is cracked. It's just a little bit of a glitch anyway. He is split, really good. I'd be putting on probably a Hawk still to boost that up and get the shooting up. Some people maybe just leave the pace and go for like anything that boosts like maybe a marksman, a finisher, deadeye, anything like that. But again, you're talking what 45,000 coins for this card line is just very good. And then I finish things off with the foot captain's card, but what I will say is, if you have the Tammy Abraham card, I would go and slot him in here 100%. I love the Tammy card. He would get full chemistry, obviously. It's another perfect link with Maitland-Niles. 5-star, 3-star. I have, what is it, like 272 games on him. He's been nuts. But for the people that don't have this SBC, there is another option as well. So I would also consider doing Raspadori. So if you can put in the Raspadori SBC, put him in. This is kind of what I'm saying. If you did the Tammy Abraham objective or the Raspadori SBC, put one of them into this team. However, if you didn't get either of those, and obviously you're stuck there, like I can't get any of those either more, what am I going to do? You're going to spend 41k and you're going to go and pick up a guy who I always butcher named Quagliara. I think I got it pretty much bang on that time. This card, his foot captain card, is nuts. Big pace boost across the board. Gets a strong out to Insigne for full chem. Again, high medium, 4-star, 4-star. I honestly, I think you should put a hunter on this guy. His shooting is honestly maybe an engine. Regardless of the chem style, the pace is 90. You do want to boost that. The shooting is cracked. Passing great for a striker. Dribbling, everything over 90 bar agility, 88, and then his physicals for a striker are fine. Outside of the foot and finesse shot. Again, team of the season level card here. Does need a pace boost, and that completes our squad, which, as I say, 850k in total. 900k on PlayStation, 850 on Xbox. I basically love every player in this team. I have tested every single one of them. I just think it's a really well run the team. Obviously, 850k, you might look at me and be like, oh, well, I can go build a La Liga and Bundesliga hybrid with all the cheap promo cards at the minute. But as I say, we're focused on what team of the seasons are in packs at the minute. I wanted to do the Premier League team of the season, and this is what we've come up with. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of it, any changes you'd make. If you do try out this team or parts of this team, as I say, the Premier League hybrid is the main focus point here, and you can do whatever you want on the other side. As I say, let me know in the comments down below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. It'd be greatly appreciated. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. I say we're going to be doing a Bundesliga hybrid team of the season next week, and I think that's where we'll get a lower budget with some absolutely crack cards. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.